Hi there, it's Karen here with my buddy Whiskey Sour. Hope you guys are doing great. I wrote a blog today called, Do You Have Trust Issues? Anyone? No, nobody, right? I read an Ernest Hemingway quote where he said, the best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. But I've been burned! That's a statement I hear echoing through the chambers of the internet when I say that. It reminds me of the w.c.fields quote, where he says, you can't trust water. Even a straight stick turns crooked in it. Now, as funny as that quote is, that's how jaded we've become. I do think William Shakespeare had a good balance when he said, love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. That seems about right. Recently, again, I've been letting everyone know about the STEVER CDs where I make them available on this pay-as-you-can program. And I've had people say to me, how can you trust anyone to actually pay you? That seems like a very popular question, a follow-up question. And my response is, well, I like to be trusted, so I extend trust. It's kind of my standard response, because I do like to be trusted as a person. I like people to trust me, and so therefore I feel other people probably like to be trusted as well, and so I extend that trust. But I always follow up by saying, if it was a piece of studio equipment that I was selling on eBay for $2,000, you better bet I'm getting that money up front. This is $15. So that seems to be how we work through life. If you take your car to the mechanic and he's changing your belt, you just, trust him to use the belt that he thinks is going to be fine. But if the car needs significant work, if we're talking transmission or some, other things that the car might need, you might opt to take it in for a second opinion somewhere or to somebody that you already trust. And there are certain people in our world who we say we trust with our life, and then there's other people who we can't trust as far as we can throw them. You've heard those two popular sayings. I think what's happened to people is we forget to extend trust to just the small stuff, just these smaller things. And if you're going to meet someone for coffee, you just trust that they're going to show up at the donut shop. You don't get all hypersensitive and not make that meeting because you have trust issues they won't show up. Might be a little different if you had to make a meeting with somebody who lived, in Europe. If you're in America and you have to make an appointment with somebody in Europe, it might be a little different. So it's just people are not extending trust for the tiny things anymore. So unfortunately, some things in life require bigger trust in order to take a bigger step forward. For many of us, we know this as risk. And if you have been in bad relationships before, you may be too shy to try another one. If you opt to live by yourself instead of trying again, it might be because you had your heart broken or your trust was broken. So I think it's important to handle people like that with some amount of care. I was thinking about these kitties, that I mentioned to you guys yesterday, who need a home. And if you don't know that story, I was talking about it in yesterday's blog, and there's also some information up on my Facebook about these two kitties in Ohio that need a home. And I was thinking about how when they do find their new place, and I do trust they will have a new home, their instinct is going to be that they're going to trust nobody for quite some time. And I've always said with cats, you have to let them come out from under the bed when they're ready to. It's just, if you get to bring a new cat in your home, you just kind of got to let them come out when they're ready to, and let them do it on their terms. A cat could stay under a bed in a new place for weeks until, they integrate themselves properly. And dogs sometimes, in my experience anyway, will place too much trust too soon in people, which makes them a really easy target for abuse. Now, I noticed the alley cats, the two tabby cats, I put them on video. They're somewhere deep in my videos on YouTube, but they're the alley cats that live next door, and I've thrown food out to them. But I noticed that they generally don't let anyone come near them. That's about as close as that I've been able to get to them. But I haven't invested the time either. That's been the big difference. Is me being in a building that doesn't allow cats, I just know I can't bring them in here anyway. But the lady next door, I saw her pet one recently, and that's because she was really patient with them, and she dedicated time to winning their trust. So I think people are like this too. It's the whole thing I've learned about trust is that not everybody is a bad guy. I've had enough garbage happen to me in my life where I could probably just be warranted, completely warranted, in saying I wasn't going to trust anyone ever again, ever. But I don't want to live this way. It's crippling to me, and it's unfair to other people. I think it's good to be aware and listen to our instincts so we can protect ourselves, but I just believe we should do it reasonably, with proper assessment and good judgment. I like the idea of trusting people because the risk to reward ratio that you get from it has turned out pretty good for me by doing that. I shouldn't let the one bad apple spoil the bag, as the saying goes. I figured that I am a good person, worthy of trust, so I imagine I'm not the only person out there who feels this way. I think there's many people who live with a certain amount of integrity and who do hold true to their word. By extending some trust and by taking a bit of risk, I mean, a bit of risk. We're talking about the smaller things that people just don't trust either. I'm getting to know these lovely souls who now I would not want to lose them from my life. So glad I risked all that, and so glad I extended some trust to those people. And I feel like I understand the balance of human nature a bit better to know now that when there is someone who breaks the trust, I can come to a quicker understanding that not everyone is like that. I don't instantly go, oh, I hate all people, I can't handle anybody anymore. I come to a fairly quick understanding that just because that one bad apple is in there, the whole bag is not rotten. So it's a good reminder to not generalize people and to not stick anyone into a group that way. So I wanted to bring that up today because I'm seeing it a lot with people. That's why you hear me go like this, because I'm just waiting for the masses to just go, I don't trust anyone. It seems to be a popular thing right now. But I hope that, when these kitties find their new home, that, they'll get up to trust quickly. But, that's the reality with bringing new cats into a home, and most pet owners, understand that as well. So I signed off today saying, thinking that we grow so we can't hide under the bed anymore. And I was thinking about this analogy of when you're a little kid and you're trying to hide from an abuser or from your sibling or whatever, you can tuck yourself under the bed pretty good. Now, unless you have one of these awesome beds that sits up pretty high, like right now, this bed I'm sitting on, I don't think I could get myself under it. I can get a guitar case under it, or a little bit of gear, but that's about it. So I was thinking about how maybe we're forced to grow, and it's, or as we grow, we can't fit under that bed anymore. It's because we're maturing. It's because we're growing. And if we don't have as many hiding places, maybe we're forced to actually shake somebody's hand today or meet someone new. And that's kind of a cool thought, that we grow so that we can't hide under that bed anymore. I signed off as well with a Johann Wolfgang von Goethe quote. Mouthful. Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live. It's another thing I find that I don't think we trust ourselves very much. I think we set ourselves up to fail more often than not, and we take these risks, but we are so afraid of our own failure because we have failed ourselves before. And I think it's really difficult to trust another person if you don't trust yourself to do something. When yesterday when I said we are equipped, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, these blogs run together, we are equipped. We are more equipped than we know. We can handle more than we think we can. And I think it's really important to realize we're equipped. We can handle these things. And you know what? We can, that trust that we're so afraid to extend to other people, we can also extend to ourselves. And I've been trusting myself a little bit more. I've had to regain a lot of my focus first, but I'm trusting that some of the decisions I make, and when I listen to my instinct, I sometimes think it might have been Angelina Jolie that said, when you listen to logic, it doesn't work as well as when you listen to your instinct. I have to have a balance of that. I think I've learned enough in life that there are certain logical things that you can make decisions based on logic. And then there's some other things that there's a little bit of that unknown factor where you have to risk a little bit and you have to extend yourself a little bit. That's really scary. So I will sign off with you guys today. And of course I will tune in with you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have some words soon on these 2 kitty cats. I want to keep you guys updated and apprised of everything that's going on with their well-being. And let's really just hope and pray that they have a really good home. And you know, they're going to probably have some trust issues. And they can hide under the bed. They probably will. But I'm excited that there's some possibilities, you know. There's some people talking and stuff. So the talking's good. It's not a done deal yet, but talking's good. So I'm hearing people, you know, chatting about it, and that's a good start. So they have till the end of the month, and then they're losing their home. So we still have a little bit of time here to find these guys a new home. The shelters around their area are completely full. So in a situation like that, a lot of animals, I'm not saying they would abandon them, but in a lot of situations, that's what ends up happening. The cats just kind of get left behind. So we don't want to see that happen either. And I really appreciate all your email and all your love in your consideration, your help and your leads and all the things I've been seeing go on. So I'll keep you updated on that as well. Or I'll let Whiskey update you guys. Could that be a little job for you, Whiskey? Could you update these guys on the kitties? No, he has no desire to do that. His whole thing is don't trust a kitty. You ask any dog, they'll say, don't trust a kitty. So, anywho, I am blithering on and on and on again, which I seem to know how to do. But I'm going to get myself refocused and reorganized. Tons to do with the day. Lots and lots to do. And I will chat with you guys again tomorrow, okay? Till next time, rock on.